Hey everybody, welcome to Amy Nolte Music. Recently on my Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, I've been uploading these shorts and they are quizzes about can you recognize this pop song if I disguise it as something else? Check out this one. Can you name this pop hit from 1971 if I disguise the melody a bit and I play it like it's Latin jazz? Did you get it? I'll give you the answer. In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling it in a sour, I promise myself to treat myself and visit a nearby tower. I haven't just been doing this willy-nilly. I have a purpose in mind, and it was always to make this YouTube video. Today I'm gonna let you take several of these quizzes here on YouTube, and then after you see whether or not you got it right, we're gonna walk through the chord progression a bit and talk about why this is important. A lot of pop music these days is about the 4-chord loop. It's about finding 4 chords that sound really easy on the ears, playing them over and over and over again, and of course having really good beats and production. But I don't think it's gonna last long. I think we're gonna circle back into something more interesting. I think it'll happen fairly soon, but I wanna help nudge things along a little bit. Can you recognize this very famous song from the 60s if I disguise it as a sad carnival waltz? Let's take a look at Julia. We start in D and we go from the 1 chord to the 6 minor chord. That's fairly common. It happens in songs like Heart and Soul. But the thing that we don't see is what comes next. We go to A minor, which is out of the key of D. It's out of the key of D because it's got a C in it. And we don't expect it. It's completely unexpected. And sometimes I think that the Beatles might have just been playing around with chords and saying, all right, we always do this. Let's do something different. I would never go to A minor. Let's try it and the reason they might have tried it is because this note, A, was in D. It's also in A minor. And I'll be honest, if it were me writing this song, I might have gone, Julia. When I heard the way this A minor sounded, I might have gone, Julia. That might be what I would have done, and it would have been the wrong choice by far. Like, for them to go, and then to raise it the second time, that's like asking a question, and it makes you want to listen so much for what comes next, which is a B7, which is out of the key of D, it's out of the key of A minor, it's wild. And it even gets more wild. It's gonna go to the key of F right here, but I guess it's F, G minor. Do, do. It's this A again, this is crazy the way they're using a common tone to move themselves from chord center to chord center. See if you can figure out this chord progression that's normally slow when it's sped up. On this one, I used the bridge. It's the bridge of She's Always a Woman. Because the other part, the verse, isn't as exciting to me. So sometimes you can do that. You can say to yourself, maybe the first part of this song isn't anything different to my ears, but the second part, like this bridge, is super interesting. So take the bridge, make something of your own. Now, you might think that this bridge is like Fly Me to the Moon. It's really close. It's not quite that. The way that Billy Joel moves through these chords has to do with a lot of bass movement. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can win if she wants. She's ahead of her time. So even though the chords might be familiar to us, the way that he uses the bass to walk down and create slash chords is something we can really learn from. Even if we take a chord progression that we already are totally familiar with, just changing the root notes of it can change everything. Like, what if we just did that to Summertime? But instead, what if we went... It changes it, right? Like, just having that descending bass movement is something we can learn from, and we hear it a lot.
Can you recognize this amazing pop song if I play it like it's funk? So glad to see me, I just smiled. And we talked about some old times, and we drank ourselves some beers. We're still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. It's Paul Simon. Still crazy after all these years.
This song uses a jazz device to move us from G major to E minor. And the thing that it does is a 2-5-1 in E minor. All you do to do that is you come down a half step, you play a half diminished chord, you think, what's up a fourth? Then you play a dominant, and then there you are. You're in the relative minor of G major, which is E minor. But then he doesn't just stay there, he walks it right down. And this is a 2-5-1 in the key of C major. It's the 2, which is D minor, the 5, which is G7, and the 1, which is C major. And I mean, that kind of sounds like a... It kind of sounds like that kind of movement to me. So who knows who took it from who? I'd have to look up the years on the songs. It doesn't matter. These aren't the only two people that have used that walk down.
Can you recognize this song that really is a country song if I play a brand new melody to the same chord changes? I'll let you know the answer at the end.
Jimmy Webb had such a beautiful idea with Wichita Lineman. I mean, it's one of the places where the harmony and the melody and the lyrics will just take you to another place. It's absolute magic. It's because it all sounds very ambiguous when it starts. I don't know, I have no idea what key we're in. Here's where we finally seem like we settle, in D. But he makes it suspended. Like, we started in B flat, and the first place I felt like we were at home at all is in D. And how the heck did he get there? It's crazy. So to me, this gives me the idea that maybe I would like to end up in one key, but why not choose a key far away from it just to start the melody? So if I want to end up in D, why not choose like A flat or something to start out and just see if I can somehow work my way there? His melody is the thing that allows him to get from B flat. And as you saw in my Instagram example, it's possible to take these set chords and add your own melody to it and make your own thing out of it. I don't remember what I did in that. It was something like a... Yeah, that was a pretty good one. It's a little bit hard to get to G here. But all I did was use the exact same motif that I had before, and I put it in the key of G, and then I kind of put it in the key of D. Like, you can use little logical tricks like this to make a composition. I wrote a tune one time called You Give Love, and it had this chorus that went like this. When you hold me close at the end of the day, then I'm yours, and all the things that you say fill my heart, and they take me away to a place. That's how it went. And I had written the whole bridge to this song, You Give Love, and I thought, I'll bet I stole that from somewhere. And yeah, I realized that I stole it right from Fiddler on the Roof. Mama, make him blah da 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 da, da 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 da. All the way I did. Like, it went for a long time. Nobody's ever listened to that song and said to me, oh my gosh, you ripped off the bridge from Fiddler on the Roof. And I promise you, it's not that hard to disguise a chord progression and make your own thing. And it's really fun. Sometimes if you're stuck, try that. Can you name this pop hit from 1971 if I disguise the melody a bit and I play it like it's Latin jazz? Did you get it? I'll give you the answer. In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling it in a sour, I promise myself to treat myself and visit a nearby tower. Gilbert O'Sullivan's Alone Again Naturally is... It's a crazy kind of song, isn't it? Because it's so beautiful, but the lyric is so freaking depressing. It's a hard song to love, but I do love it. And I made this one Latin, didn't I? It's not a bad bossa nova. So that's another thing you can do, is you can take a song and you can decide to completely change the groove to it. You can change the feel, you can change the time signature. All of these things will allow you to take something that's already been written and to completely make it yours. Of course, you can take a mixture of all of the things that I've talked about and do them all at the same time if you want. You could take a chord progression that's already been written and you could add slash chords to it, like we did with Summertime. You could take a progression that's already been written. You could notice what the common tones are and use that to build a new melody that will still move you through the same harmony that's already written. And you can use a new groove. You can use a totally new feel. You can use a totally different meter. Like I did Close to You. That's another one you can check out. But instead of going, why do stars fall down from the sky, I did like that. Like I made it Cuban. How crazy is that? So much fun to just chase after something new because you love something old. You can be the kind of player that goes and looks for interesting ideas and incorporates them into the music that you make. This kind of thing doesn't happen overnight. It's the kind of thing that you need to study for a while. And it's the kind of thing that I have kind of studied my whole life. And I want to be able to take you through the same kind of thing that I did, where I learned about all of the chords and their purposes and how to name them, what they're called, why they're called those things, and how to actually play them on the piano. It's a 2-hour-long course, and it's called Everything I Know About Chords. In this class, I walk you through music theory slowly, with purpose, giving you plenty of opportunities to actually sit at your instrument and practice everything that I'm going over. And even if you've never even heard of a major chord or a minor chord before you start taking this class, it doesn't matter because I take you right from the beginning, and I also take you about as far as I can. And Everything I Know About Chords is just one class that I've created. I also have a class about how to create meaningful motifs. I also have one about the blues that I made with my friend Adam Neely. And I've got 4 in-depth interviews with amazing jazz pianists where we go into great detail sitting here at this piano about how they make choices as they play. I've interviewed Larry Goldings, Dennis Ham from Thundercat, Jackie Terrison, and Jacob Mann. The series is called Quarter Notes with Amy. All of these classes, exclusive videos, and much more are available at Nebula. Nebula is also the place where I put my videos first. You can always see my videos at least a few days before you'll ever be able to see them on YouTube. And I can also put bonus videos and extended cut videos on Nebula that you will never see on YouTube. And that's because Nebula is a place for going deeper. I can put longer, more in-depth videos on Nebula than I can on YouTube, with longer musical clips, because there isn't the constant fight that happens about copyright protection on YouTube, because Nebula understands what fair use is. Joining Nebula won't just get you access to all of my extra videos, but it will also get you access to bonus content from many other music creators that you already know and love, like Mary Spender, Adam Neely, 12-Tone Music, and Charles Cornell. And it's a platform with no ads ever. And there's nothing to let you know how many times a video has been viewed, liked, or commented on, because those things don't matter on Nebula. It's simply a place to just discover more about the world around you. And you can do that across the entire platform as you discover breathtaking original videos about a variety of subjects ranging from film, current events, history, culture, and even some that are just plain fun, like the Nebula original, Jet Lag, the series, where hilarious friends race across different parts of the globe to compete while learning about the places around them and making me laugh like crazy. Signing up for Nebula is easy if you use my code. It's only $36 for the entire year, which is less than 1 cup of coffee per month. $3 is a really low price to get everything that you get with Nebula. Also, one really cool perk is that now you can access guest passes, so that if you watch a video that you think is absolutely amazing, you can share it with your friends. Check out all of the different levels of sharing that'll be available to you. Part of my mission as a musician is to find ways to keep music interesting, to keep the future of music moving forward and moving people as much as it already has in the past. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.